Hello, hello, and welcome to the first day of the rest of your life. Just kidding, it's not that serious, but we are going to talk about why your space at home feels off. This is one of my favorite series to do on the channel. I think it's become very popular. We're going to take a look at some of the spaces sent to me by my subscribers in a room where they're like, I've got a lot of good stuff going on, but I don't know how to finish it, or something just feels off, or it doesn't feel as cozy, or I'm not sure why this part feels weird. And I think that's the way that most of us are working on improving our spaces all the time. There's like a lot of good stuff going on, but then we've looked at it too long and we have like room blindness and you can't really see it clearly anymore. We're gonna look at one space where a subscriber is looking for a pretty intensive overhaul of the space. We're gonna look at another space where the budget is very low. They don't have a lot of wiggle room and they just wanna hear a few easy lift tips to make the most out of their space. And we're gonna look at another space that's somewhere in the middle. We're also gonna play a little bit of a design game that we haven't done on here before, and I think it's gonna be really fun. We're gonna do a rapid fire section, looking at some spaces that I found and just giving feedback in 3 words or less. You guys can play along with me and see if you can guess what I'm gonna say to each of these spaces in the rapid fire section. It's gonna be a great time. Here we go. This is why your room feels off. For like artists and painters, I know one of the pieces of advice, if you're painting a portrait of someone and you're like, this portrait isn't looking quite right, one of the tricks they do is to hold the portrait up in a mirror and see the reverse image, because all of a sudden it looks new, it looks different, you can see different flaws that you've become like blind to. So that's what we're gonna do here today. We are going to hold up your space to do, we're gonna shake it up, and just look at it with some fresh eyes, because we all need that sometimes. Today I'm working out of my parents' home. If you watch my channel for a while, you might recognize this room. This is a guest bedroom in my parents' home. It was my childhood bedroom, and then I did a makeover for them. If you haven't watched that makeover, I'll link the makeover. It was pretty cute. I would say it's a favorite space in the home. It's my favorite. Here we go. Okay, first space we got is a space submitted by Pam from Solihull in the UK. And she submitted a teeny tiny little bedroom. And if you guys want to submit one of your spaces, I'm gonna link the form to submit your space in the description of the video. Okay, Pam says, the bedroom is so lifeless and boring. Our bedroom is tiny with only 2.54 meters by 3.3 meters. So that's about 8.3 feet by 11 feet, approximately. Great. The last picture is a map we bought to jazz up the room, but it doesn't suit the style, though there is none. So she's saying that there is no style. I'm loving the messages people write on these forms. I don't know, all of them make me laugh. Everyone has a good sense of humor. We bought it to suit the style, but there is no style. Great, love it. Thank you, Pam. Let me just say this. I love a tiny bedroom. I love a tiny space. I love a nook. Look at these pictures of small bedrooms that I love. They are so much fun. Don't let them get you down. What's so great about a tiny space is that your dollar goes way farther. You can do the floor to ceiling wallpaper and it won't be that expensive. You can go hard on a nice tile or your draperies or whatever. You don't have to buy as much furniture. Like, your money just goes so much farther. And it's also, it takes less time. It's less overwhelming than a giant space. You can make really fun decisions in a small enclosed space because it's not this like open concept thing that affects every other part of your home. I love a tiny space. I'm excited, and it's not even my home. Tiny bedrooms are my dream. As with all of these spaces, there are about 100 different directions you can go. There is not one correct design answer. That's a complete fallacy. There's a bunch of directions you can go. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna tell you what I would do and what I would be really excited about for this room. Tiny bedroom. When you're working with a small rectangular room, I wanna orient the bed in a way that gives you the largest chunk of non-bed space, the largest chunk of space at the foot of the bed, because that remainder at the foot of the bed is where you're going to end up having to put the rest of your furniture or just have space to like move around, get dressed, whatever. So that means she's placed the bed here lengthwise in a rectangular long room. I wouldn't do that here. It's not the most effective use of a small space. I would turn that bed sideways. And I know with the wide angle lens, it's hard to tell the exact proportions of the room. We can turn that bed sideways and still have like 2 feet of space or so. I know it doesn't really look like it in the photos, but the math is correct. Let's turn that bed sideways. Let's push it up against a wall. I know this drives people crazy. You can't push a bed up against a wall. Dog, yeah, you can. If it's a small space, sometimes it's better to have the bed up against the wall and give you more living, functioning space than to have it perfectly centered and symmetrical. In a smaller room, that's what I would do a lot of the time. It's not the end of the world. It's fine. I promise you. It's good. Push it up against those windows. Now this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make it into the sweetest built-in nook ever. I would try and enclose the bed with curtains somehow. It's gonna be so cute, you're gonna lose your mind. People are gonna be fighting to sleep in this room. And you're gonna say, you can't, it's my room. There are curtain tracks that you can buy that will like attach to the ceiling. And then you've got curtains draping the foot and the head of the bed. You could close them to be cute and cozy. You could open them just to be drama and give a little peek through. You've got the windows back there framing the back. A nook that's calling you. It feels enclosed and intentional, not random and just like not the right size for the space. This is the way to go. This is what I would do. And now I'm gonna say something radical. Something that you may never hear me say again on this channel, which is we are going to do an accent wall. Bear with me. We are going to wallpaper just that back window wall. A wallpaper that complements the curtains. Maybe pick your wallpaper first, a wallpaper you love, and then you can pick drapes that pull from one of the colors from the wallpaper, because it's easier to just find a solid colored drape or whatever than a wallpaper you love. Start with the wallpaper. And the reason an accent wall, like just wallpapering back there, is not offensive to me in this situation is because it's enclosed. There's clear defining edges, aka like the drapery around the bed is going to be like, it's going to enclose it as one zone. I mean, you could even wallpaper like the wall at the head of the bed and at the foot of the bed, but basically we're just going to wallpaper that little nook. It is going to draw the eye in, like there's a clear focal point, and it's just going to call you. Then I would go ahead and again pick another paint color that works with that wallpaper, and let's paint all the walls of the room to kind of continue that theme, make it an immersive experience. If you can, I would go ahead and paint the wardrobe as well to match the wall color. And it's just gonna blend the wardrobe in with the wall, make it feel more like a professionally designed space. Next thing you know I'm gonna say, guess what I'm gonna say? Let's look at the floor. Guess what I'm gonna say? Let's add a rug, dog. Okay, let's add a rug. Wall-to-wall carpeting is great, and you still need a rug. The rug is going to bring some of that color to the floor. It's gonna bring a little pattern and interest to the floor, and it also, once again, just defines a zone. I would probably then move that nightstand to the side of the bed, probably like right outside the curtains or so. I think we need to add a little more lighting. In a given room, it's really nice to aim for like 3 different light sources. So you've got the very cute pendant lamp, and then let's add like 2 other light sources. So you can do a lamp on the nightstand, or if you really want to save that limited surface area, you can mount a lamp and do like a wall sconce. You might also be able to pull off a wall sconce in the curtain enclosed bed area so that you can have a little light in there. Like, how freaking cute would that be? I don't know. I'm getting really excited. I know she talked about this map she bought to go on a wall. You could put it on a wall. Maybe you put it on that wall where the door is. You could, but then I would just do some like delicate, like maybe 2 little art prints right there. Just something small to be like, beep, boop, doop. You know what I mean? I don't think you need to go giant, because the bed, the curtain is a giant section, the wardrobe is giant. I don't know if we want to put like another giant busy thing on that wall. It's nice to save a little negative space. So I would go with like 2 cute little art prints in a nice frame. I'ma say, let's go ahead and add some pattern and variation with your bedspread. I like the window pane check bedspread you have, but I think you can upgrade that with a really nice throw blanket with a nice pattern. Let's get some different colored throw pillows on the bed. Just like, let's build off of the foundation bedspread you have, that window pane, white and gray fabric, and add a little more color variation. Amazing. That's what I would do. It's cozy, you know? I personally like don't sleep very well in a big open space because that's when it's like hardest to track, like where are the ghosts, where are the orbs? In a smaller space, you have more control over that stuff. And when subscribers submit their room to me, I also ask them to send like a fun fact. So Pam from the UK says, I have completed a 10,000 word dissertation in 3 days because I'm disorganized, but still managed to get a 2 to 1. I guess that's some kind of UK grade, which is equivalent to roughly a 3.5 GPA. Wow, that's my gal. That's my kind of gal. Total disorganization, but you get done. That's my gal. Wow, okay. Now I want to play a little design game, rapid fire game, where I'm going to go through 10 spaces and I'm going to try and give them advice in 3 words or less. And you guys play along and like try and guess the words in your head before I say it to see if like you would change the same things I would. As always, there's like a million different things you could change, so it's not one right answer, but like it'll be fun to see if we think the same thing. These images that we're gonna go through are not from my subscribers because I feel like going through rapid fire could be kind of brutal and I don't want it to be too intense for my subscribers, so I got these images from Reddit. It's men from the male living spaces thread on Reddit. They're asking for design advice and I'm gonna give it to them. Okay, 3 words or less. Here we go. Add any color. Add any color. Next. So many rectangles. Next. Where's your rug? Ooh, this one's looking pretty good. Okay, the one piece of design advice I would give. Bedspread, comma, bigger nightstands. Boom, roasted. Everything's so high. Everything's so high. Bigger console, please. Minimize, period, too leggy. Pick any color. No more gray. Pick a color. The end. We did it. We did it. The end. I would say if you are someone who's inclined to post your space on the male living spaces in the Reddit threads, let me save you some time. What I've just learned is that most likely you need to pick a color and you need to get a rug. Moving on. This is submitted to us from Kendall, also in the UK. She says Southeast London. She is an actor and aspiring writer. Amazing. Kendall has also submitted her bedroom. She says, it just feels like no matter what I do to it, it always feels dusty and dumpy, like I can't feel independent in this space. I'm aware of the storage on the floor and lack of use on the walls, but money and help to put up furniture has been limited. I live with parents, and when I last decorated, it caused a whole ordeal, so I've just left it. I'm aiming for a breathable, creative sanctuary vibe. I'd love any help. Kendall, oh my God. First of all, I'd like to just give you a hug. Can we talk about living with the parents? So I moved home to live with my parents when I was 29, went through a big breakup, moved across the country, had to restart my life, blah, blah, blah. I've lived with my parents. Every single one of my siblings has lived with my parents. Every single one of my closest friends has gone back to live with their parents. I feel like everyone I know has had to do this. And let's just say, first of all, We're so lucky, those of us who can move back in with our parents. I'm so fortunate. I'm so fortunate that I have parents who have space to take me on, to support me through a life transition. I am so fortunate. And also, I would not wish it on my worst enemy. All at once, we are so fortunate to be able to move in with our parents. And also, it is a place for the mentally ill. It is so hard to be living with your parents when you don't want to be. And also, we're so grateful. We're so grateful, and it's hell. The day I moved out, I was like, thank you for everything you've given me. I will always be so grateful for you. You helped me resurrect my life, and also please delete my number. I don't think we should talk for a while. So, Kendall, we all see you in this moment, and let's try and make Kendall's room this creative sanctuary vibe while she's living with her parents and working with a small budget and not a lot of help to like get stuff set up. So for the low lift upgrade, number one, I'm gonna say, I think this bedspread is not working for you. This bedspread, I don't know Kendall's specific feelings about it, but it doesn't feel that creative, that energizing. It doesn't feel like young and vibrant the way that I think this room can be. I would say let's upgrade your bedspread. Maybe you go for something bold and geometric. It doesn't have to be expensive. Again, places like IKEA actually make really beautiful and pretty high quality for the price bedspreads, stuff like that. Let's do something fun that energizes you, that isn't gonna look wrinkled all the time, and that just feels like younger and like more energetic. I see we've got one wall painted. I like the color of that you painted the wall, this like soft blue. It feels very like calming and welcoming to me. Let's just go ahead and paint the rest of your walls. If you wanna make a limited number of purchases, the smallest changes I would do, let's raise that curtain rod up, get a little more use out of that height. I think I would get curtains that match your wall color. Just like get some like curtains that blend in with that blue and continue it. The curtain is still gonna add warmth and texture and depth to your room, but I don't think we want all the color blocking, like breaking up this small space. We want it to be more cohesive and like immersive. So I would match the curtains to the walls on the other side of the room, and it's a lot of stuff up against that one wall. So I would take the wood storage unit and put it to the right of your closet. If you want, you can hang, you know, a little poster, an art print, maybe a mirror right above there, put your plants up there. And then we've got the open closet. Let's do a really easy route and just do a curtain. Just cover that with a cute curtain that adds some color, adds some pattern to the rest of your room, feels fun, covers up some of the open storage visual clutter for you. She had that cork board sitting on the wood cabinet. I would put that cork board maybe above your desk. Just mount it above your desk. You can have your medals hanging there and everything. So we have like the desk work corkboard space. What else do I want to do? If you want to do something fun, make it feel a little more finished, you can even do something fun with paint after you've painted the walls. You can like paint a border, maybe pull a color from your bedspread and paint a border on the top part of your walls or something. You know, give a little faux border, a little faux kind of crown molding effect. It just makes it feel more finished. I love adding a border. I love adding a frame. Oh, and let's add a small rug. Once again, we've got wall-to-wall carpet. It is very dark carpet. And so I think you want to add a rug, just a small one that like just adds a little texture and lightens up the space. That is the low lift that I would do. So the only things we're buying here are like an affordable bedspread, a small rug, and a curtain to go over the closet. Plus probably extra paint unless you have leftover paint. But like, this does not need to be a lot of purchases. That's what I would do for your room, Kendall. It is hard living at home with your parents, and we're so fortunate to get to do it when we need to do it. And I still think it's possible to make this space like a haven that feels like you and feels like your safe place that just really like reflects and belongs to you. That's what I would say. You're on the right path. All right, next design advice. 3 words or less. My advice for the spaces of Reddit's male living spaces. Here we go. Play it with me and see if we say the same thing. No more brown. No more brown. Big art, comma, rug. Just make that rug bigger, you know what I mean? Oh God. Oh, there's so many things to say. Please start over. Bath mat isn't rug. Okay, this is, to be clear, this is not the only design advice I would give. This is just like the first thing. If you can only do one thing, this is what I would do. Some window treatment. Couch off wall. Needs negative space for the wall art. Everything same height. Ah! Pick a color. Okay, that's all. Damn, is it just me or did it just get romantic in here? It's not just me, it is romantic. I have a pipe. I thought that was sexy, I don't know. It seems mysterious. The point is, Valentine's Day is right around the corner and you're in luck because Skims is the sponsor of this video. That's right, I'm about to talk to you about underwear. Oh my God, she wears underwear. And if you're new to the channel, the story with Skims is that I was screaming about how much I love their bras on my podcast. I gotta put this down. On my podcast before they were ever a sponsor, and then somehow word got back to them. And now I have the delight of working with them on here. They're the best bras I've ever worn. Let's talk about it. I recently got the Skims Fits Everybody Plunge bra. I'm wearing it right now. Let's go a little before and after. Without Skims, with Skims. Without Skims, with Skims. I always had trouble finding a supportive bra that worked with like deeper cut or wider cut shirts, but still was supportive and also wouldn't give me back pain for my scoliosis. This is the bra you want. And as always, it's extremely comfortable. Okay, but if you wanna start with the Skims Fits Everybody collection and you just want something classic that you can wear every day, that is the stretchiest thing ever, buttery soft. This is like my everyday comfortable wear. This is their, I believe this one is their cheeky brief. It shows a little bit of cute tush, but this is the underwear that I want to wear on like those days where I just want to feel comfortable. It's this guy because look at the stretch. Okay, I'm actually not gonna put this on, excuse me. I'm actually not gonna make you guys look at my bare butt, but like, because it can do this, it's never digging into your skin. It's never digging into your hips. You never feel uncomfortable in it. I wish you could feel the material. It is so soft and buttery. I believe this is the cheeky brief, but I have basically one of every single one of their cuts from the Fits Everybody collection. This is what underwear is supposed to be. Try it out and you'll understand what I mean. I was recently told by a boyfriend who shall remain nameless that the Skims underwear is his preferred underwear. Okay? For me to wear, not for him. #1 preferred underwear. If you're looking to feel cute about yourself or for somebody else this Valentine's, go to skims.com/Caroline and check out the Skims Best Intimates, especially in the Fits Everybody collection. And if you want to support me, make sure to let them know I sent you after checkout. There's a little survey, click YouTube and click my name. They have so many cute cuts. And as always, it's also incredibly comfortable. I want it to be both, always. I never want to have to choose between those things. Ooh, let's keep it going. Let's do another space. I am disproportionately happy about this sweater. I'm obsessed with sweaters, and this is maybe my favorite sweater I've ever owned in my life. I wish you could feel it, because I feel like it looks itchy, but it's really soft, and I just think this is the coolest design ever. I just feel cool, but also woodsy, and like I own a cabin. But I'm also mysterious. And I don't even want to find love, but love finds me out in the woods. I'm living in the woods. I have a complicated past, but a sweet disposition. I'm not concerned with finding love, but love finds me. I'm beautiful, but I don't even realize it. And I have this sweater. That's what this sweater makes me feel like. La, 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 la. Our next space was submitted from Sarah from Slovenia. I love all these international submissions. And Sarah from Slovenia, her fact about you, she says, wild animal like deer and foxes are not afraid of me for some reason. I love you. I love you. And actually after seeing Sarah's space, I feel like I understand why. Oh my God, look at this space. Look at this space. I mean, Sarah's living the dream. Actually, Sarah might be living my living in the woods, beautiful but doesn't even realize it, foxes and deer aren't afraid of her fantasy life. Sarah, tell me if that characterization resonates with you. This is just such a cool space. I love all the light. I love all like the weird character to it, like weird nooks that you don't really know what to do with. There's beams and they go all different ways. I don't know if she put these bookshelves up or if they're already there, but they're so freaking fun and cool. These giant floor to ceiling windows, like Sarah's figured out something about life that I haven't yet. How did you make this happen? Okay, Sarah writes, "Hi, dear Caroline. Here is the main room of my apartment that I'm still designing. There is something uncozy and messy about the dining corner. I was thinking if I should paint one wall, the wall the dining table is touching, dark brown, and add framed art in pops of blue and red colors. But I am afraid I will tire of that because I actually find accent walls tacky. What do you think about that? Or do you have any other ideas? What is off about this dining corner? I'm attaching the remainder of the space because there's quite a lot going on. If you have any other ideas how to make this space cozy and done, I am all ears." And she writes, "I know you will criticize my small ass rug, haha, and I still lack some lamps and curtains. Bless you." Okay, bless you too, Sarah. Where's her small ass rug? You could get a rug big enough to put the other couch on. You could, but you know, to each his own. The space honestly looks so cute. Also, I'm obsessed with these sconces you have. An accordion arm sconce. I got no criticisms here, Sarah. Listen, we're all a work in progress. Okay. Thank you for sharing your space with us. And so she's working with this dining nook over here, which it is a really cool space. But once again, I find open concept spaces the hardest to design because your design decisions are not existing in a vacuum. It has to like work with everything else. You can see everything at the time. Let me just tell you what I love for a second. I love your mismatched chairs. I love the mix of wood tones. There's like the oak color of the table, of the floors, of that one record. What is wrong with me? Record bookcase unit? Record shelving unit? Okay. Different color woods in the chairs. I love it. I already feel like it's very cohesive. What I'm seeing is like it's missing some textiles to warm it up. It's a lot of wood, stone around the fireplace. Like it does feel a little cold, and the white walls. So we're missing some warmth, some textiles, a little bit of layering. Personally, I don't like stacking furniture up right next to each other. So I know we've got the bookshelf over there, and then we've got like a little desk. I think we might want to work on that. A fireplace, ugh, I'm gonna kill you. Okay, it's too much fun. It's too much fun. So looking at this little nook, I understand why you were saying, oh, maybe an accent wall back there. And here again, I don't think an accent wall would be horrible. I don't, because it's kind of framed out. It's kind of like a defined zone. I know you talked about painting it brown. We got a lot of brown going on. I don't know if that's gonna make it feel that much cozier. If you wanna paint that back wall brown, because that's what's in your budget right now, I say you can still go for that. Maybe like a kind of goldy, almost like aged brass bronzy, almost like a bronzy look. So I don't think an accent wall would be horrible, but it's also not necessarily exactly what I would do. I think we can do some other things here. So let's talk about it. Step number 1, the space is so cool. Done, check. Step number 2, let's focus on how we can leverage that back wall and make it like a character in the space. Number 1 thing I would do is I would rotate that table, that oval table. I would rotate it so that it works with the length of the space, and it mimics the length of that wall a little bit, and it'll feel like more in sync with the length of the wall instead of like coming at a T. You have the space to turn it. I would turn it. And right now she has the table pushed up against the wall. I don't love that. You've got the space to bring it off the wall, just bring it off the wall. And instead, to start connecting this dining table to this back wall and using that length, I would go ahead and put either a bench or a banquette seating against that wall. You can get it custom made, you can buy one with a little upholstery. It's gonna bring in some of that warmth and some of that coziness, some of just like a variation in textures with all the rest of the wood. And it's gonna like make that wall intentional, a part of the space, and also more clearly associate the table with that wall and zone. So it's more like anchored there. If you don't want to do a full banquette, you could also get a bench and then do like a wall cushion. You can get one on Etsy. I've ordered these before, which is literally just like a back cushion that hangs on your wall. It's probably cheaper and it can look really, really cute. That can be a very cute look, and you get a very like custom cushion with your upholstery, with the length that you want, and it's gonna be more affordable. I think instead of doing a full accent wall, you could do a full accent wall, but I want to do something that continues the length of your banquette. First of all, you could do like a banquette, a custom banquette, the full length of the wall. I mean, you have a pretty cool place here, so maybe you have the money to do it, but if that's too expensive, I think you can just like fake continuing the length of the wall by using paint, doing a wainscoting, or something that like extends that length visually, and then maybe keeps the white space above it. I would say in this space you can go with or without a rug. I do not dislike this without a rug, but because you want to cozy it up and because you want to like add some of those pops of color and a little more coziness, then I'm gonna say let's do a rug. Bring in some of those colors. If you like those like muted blues and reds I'm seeing, we can bring that in. Maybe something that complements the upholstery on the banquette. And then the rest of your chairs can go around it. You have some really cool chairs. I like that they're mixed and matched. And then maybe we kind of flank the banquette with another little piece of accent furniture on the other side of the banquette. So we've got banquette, desk, and then like another piece of wood furniture, just kind of like anchor the banquette with two pieces of furniture. They don't have to match. And I would give some breathing room between the desk and the record album shelf. It does look like there's a little bit of space to the left of that shelf to move it down closer to the door. I'll just move it down. Just give them a little breathing room so that those two pieces of furniture aren't right up against each other and the desk isn't right all the way in the corner. That's what I would do. And it will be beautiful. An alternative for back there that I think would be really fun is actually doing like a wood wall paneling. I'm really into these like wood slat wall panels. A lot of the times there's a version that is soundproofing too. So in a big open concept echoey space like this, it could also help absorb a lot of the sound, but that's also just like really nice texture you could do on that back wall. I would do like a light tone wood or a medium tone, and so that it kind of just plays with and continues the flooring, and it's not gonna feel as random as just like painting that wall a color. And you know what I think would be freaking cool? Just add one solid large art piece up there. Offset it to one side, probably the right side, just one large art piece. It's gonna look fashion. It's gonna look fashion. Another upgrade you could do, I think the pendant lamp is nice, but it is verging on a little too small for the table. You could upgrade and get a larger size pendant light. Don't have to. I don't think it's killing the vibe, but that is an upgrade that you may want to make. So the TLDR here is, yes, I want to play up that back wall. I am less inclined to do it with a solid block of paint because the rest of your entire space is all white walls. So if you do want to paint on that wall, I would just do like part of it and leave some of that white space. Or more likely, I would add texture with the wall paneling or texture with that banquette seating and like continue the color with paint or something. You can also, if you are gonna paint part of the wall, just the bottom part, you can like wrap that paint around the rest of the room, like over across the fireplace. That actually would be kind of freaking dope. Hang a little artwork or two next to the fireplace. Girl, I think you're in business. This looks cute as hell to me. Cute as hell. That's it. That's all I got. That's all, y'all. That's all, y'all. I had fun doing the male living spaces of Reddit Rapid Fire. I kind of want to do a whole video of like giving advice to Reddit's male living space thread. I don't know if they'd like it, but we could have fun. Thank you for submitting your spaces to everyone who opened up and let us into your home. Please write kind comments to them. You can write whatever rude shit you want to me. And if you want to submit your space, I'm going to put the form to submit your space in the description of this video. Remember, there are a million different ways you can improve your space. There is not one right answer. Don't let any designer tell you that there's only one right answer or make you feel that way. These are some ideas, hopefully to get you going or that inspire you or inspire other people watching. But the best thing you can do is go through a lot of inspo, Pick out a few things that make you feel excited about the space you're working with. What makes you excited about having a tiny room? What makes you really excited about having a weird long wall you have to fill? That's what I like to think when I'm going through inspo imagery, like Pinterest and stuff. And then, you know, what are like the actionable pieces that you can incorporate into your space? It should be fun. That's all. I'll see you soon.